Good morning. I posted an article today on LinkedIn, and it regards like employees and employers, and the difference between being a leader and a boss, and the type of employees that there are out there. And for those of you that don't know this, besides the coaching, I know my niche is teens. I actually work with a lot of adults, and I've been especially busy over the last couple of weeks with everything going on because a lot of adults are right now in a very different mindset. And what that mindset is I'm out of work, and do I want to go back to my previous job? And it's because they're unsure of whether or not it's really what they want to do. I mean, part of it is their passion, and am I following my passion? Am I doing something I really love? But a lot of it, I think, is, do I want to go back to that environment? And I've been coaching a lot of adults through this. And, one common theme that really comes up is just the fact of, do they feel valued? So this article I wrote today talks about three types of employees. It talks about the employee who they're there for their paycheck. No other reason. They show up, they get their paycheck, they go home. They don't really care about the company. They don't really care about the future growth of the company. That's okay. Those employees are there for a reason. They probably have families to feed, and that paycheck is very important to them, and many times they're living paycheck to paycheck. So they're going to show up, they're going to be consistent, and they're going to always be there. And consistency is key to success. So they need to feel valued too. They may not be your best employees, they may not be your most engaged, but they do their job, and that's important. And then you've got the employees who are on the complete opposite extreme. They completely follow the vision of the company. They follow the mission of the company. They want to grow with the company. They want to be promoted within the company. They're totally engaged in what the company needs to do and how they can be a part of its success. And then you've got the employees that are in the middle, that they'll do a little extra. They'll go out of their way when they need to, but they're also there for their paycheck. They're not fully engaged, but they're definitely more engaged, and understand that if they want to move up and they want to be promoted, they need to be part of the culture and part of the success of the company. So there's those three types of employees, but they all need to be valued, feel valued, and they all need to be respected by their bosses. And then you've got the bosses and the leaders. Everybody's a boss if you own a company, but it doesn't mean you're a good boss. And if you don't respect the people that work for you, and you don't make them feel empowered, or if you don't look at every mistake they make, I mean, obviously, if you make a mistake over and over, that's an issue. But when you make a mistake, that's a teachable moment. That's a time to be able to teach them, hey, this is why this doesn't work, and let me help you find a better way to do it next time so it doesn't happen again, and you're more successful. We don't see that a lot. A lot of companies don't do that. It's you screwed up, and those employees are not going to feel valued. And those are the employees right now who are saying to themselves, do I need to do this? Like, do I really want to go back to this? So, if you're a boss out there, just keep in mind, be a leader, lead your people, make them feel empowered, make them feel important, and make them feel valued, because if they feel value, money isn't always the answer. They're not always looking for a raise. They're not always looking to make more money. Most employees that are happy are happy. Yes, they're going to want to make more money down the road. You want to take care of them when you can, but really, for the most part, if they feel content and valued in their job and empowered, it's not about the money for them. It's about feeling that way. So that's something I think a lot of employers miss out on. You know, and that's what a leader does. A leader recognizes the emotional intelligence piece and understands what their employees' needs are, and gives it to them. And as an employee, listen, if you fall into one of those three categories, that's fine. You deserve to be valued and you deserve to be respected. But if you don't do your job, or you don't show up on time, or you're inconsistent in what you're doing, you have to understand that there is a business to be run. And if you're not fitting the mold and you're not living up to your expectation, or I should say to your boss's expectation, you're not going to be treated the same way. So it is a two-way street. But I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little today, because I started writing an article. Like I said, I posted part 1 on LinkedIn today, and I'm going to post part 2 next week. But really, it's so important right now, because if you're an employer out there and you have a lot of employees who are on furlough or are laid off right now and are going to be coming back, you got to keep in mind, you want them to come back to a happy environment. This is going to be stressful for everybody, and especially with the way finances are for big companies now, and especially small businesses. After all we've been through, we're not coming back making the money we used to make. We're coming back, and it's almost like we're going to have to really gradually start to grow it again. And that could be stressful and frustrating for the business owners. But if you don't take care of your employees and you're harder on them now than you were before, they're definitely not staying, because so many of them that I'm coaching right now are all about get me out. How do I get out? What do I need to do? And I'm teaching them how to face their fears, how to really look at the situation, how to open their mouth and speak their mind and get what they need from the people they work for. And if they don't, to look at other options and giving them some tips and pointers on how to approach those other options so it benefits them. So just keep that in mind. It's rough times right now. We're all struggling, but it's so important that employees feel valued. And as an employee, it's so important that we do our best to make our bosses or our owners look good, because it's a team effort. Without the employees, the company's not going to be successful. But without good leadership, you're not going to have employees who are going to be able to function properly. So we all work together, we all have to help each other, and we all have to respect each other. But at the end of the day, everybody should feel valued, whether you're an employer or an employee. So respect each other's differences, respect each other's what they're good for. Find the good in the employees that do well, and the things that they don't do well in, help them get better at it. And as an employee, your boss might not be perfect. Nobody is. But remember the times that they do treat you well and they do the right thing for you. So the few times that they slip up, just like you make a mistake and you don't want to be ridiculed, you want to be supported, they're going to make mistakes too. Forgive them. Let them know how you feel. Sometimes it's a teachable moment for them as well. Have a great day.